about the development of the tooth. You will learn details about the development in embryology, but as far as your short question are concerned, you have to remember the two sentences only. Development of enamel. It is from ectoderm, and rest of the all structures, as you know, this dentine, whatever the pulp cavity, periodontal ligament, all these structures except the enamel, it is developed from neural crest cells. Now last some applied aspect, you have to remember some conditions and some word in relation to the anatomy. The tooth, it can preserve for the long time, it has no any chemical changes during the long preservation. So this factor is used for the medico-legal identification of unrecognized body. The teeth, the preserved teeth may be used for to observe the evolutionary changes. The third use of that to compare, to see the relation between the ontogeny and phylogeny. This is the medico-legal importance of the tooth. You have to remember some conditions, you know very well what is the meaning of the scurvy. Yes, we know all this is the condition of the teeth, the condition of the gum, gingivitis is there because of vitamin C deficiency. So in the deficiency of vitamin C, what's the condition of the gums? That become the swollen, it becomes the spongy, and once you touch, there is easily bleed. That is the scurvy. Second one, you have to remember what is the meaning of pyorrhea. Because of poor dental hygiene, what happened? There is some pocket is formed in between the crown and the gum. So that pocket is there is presence of the pus, and it will be leak out from the margin of the gums, and that person has the foul smelling breath. The third condition, that is the dental caries. Because of poor hygiene, what happened? That there is the demineralization of the enamel, dentine, and destruction of these two important structures, that is called the dental caries. Suppose this dental caries is long time, it is chronic in relation to the molar teeth. What happens in that case? That infection is create the cellulitis of the floor of the mouth. There is the large one swelling is present into the floor of the mouth, and that one swelling, it disturbs the movement of the tongue, and this swelling, it's called Ludwig's angina. Yes, one more condition is there in the deficiency of some vitamin, that is the vitamin D deficiency, you know, that is the rickets. In that condition, what happened in deficiency of vitamin D, there is irregular dentition is there. In addition to that, whatever you see the upper incisor, the border of the upper incisor, there is the segments. There are small segments of the upper incisors into a large circle. This is the identification point in the vitamin D deficiency. Now the second one word you have to remember, what is the meaning of eye tooth? What happens sometimes that the upper canine, the root may extend upward up to the medial angle of eye. So sometimes infection of this canine that leads to infection that spread into facial vein, and directly from the facial vein it can create the cavernous sinus thrombosis. So remember the word, what is the meaning of eye tooth. In the dentistry, the one important the condition you have to remember that in anesthesia. So once they do the drilling or there is extraction of the tooth, what is the condition of anesthesia? See, the infiltration of anesthesia, it is possible in upper jaw. The local anesthesia is possible in upper jaw because whatever the alveolar arch in the upper jaw, it is present in the bone, that is the maxilla, which is the porous bone. So if the anesthetic solution it is deposited into the gums, it can spread into the root, it can spread into the alveolar socket easily. So once if you do anything in the upper alveolar arch, if you want to do drilling, you have to use the palatal that buccal infiltration you have to use. But if you want to extract the tooth, then you have to use the palatal infiltration. But if you do anything in the lower jaw, lower tooth, that is the different procedure, because this lower alveolar arch, it is present into the dense thick bone, that is the mandible. So whatever the infiltration procedure, it is not possible in lower jaw. So anesthesia, this is only alternate way to give by the block, that is the inferior alveolar nerve block. Suppose during this procedure, if along with this inferior alveolar nerve there is presence of the only single artery is there, that is the inferior alveolar artery, which supply the blood to the whole mandibular alveolar arch. So suppose damage to this inferior alveolar artery, that leads to the necrosis, bone necrosis, and that ultimately leads to the lower jaw osteomyelitis. This osteomyelitis is not possible in case of the upper jaw because it has the many blood supply. Individual segments have the blood supply is there. So osteomyelitis, if it occur in the dentistry, it is possible only in the lower jaw. The last one word you have to remember, what is the meaning of? Suppose there is the number of total permanent teeth, these are 32 in number. Suppose additional or supernumerary teeth are present, then you have to use the word hyperdontia. If there is less number of one or more teeth are absent, and we use the word for that hypodontia.